Hello boys and girls, welcome back after hopefully a wonderful Easter. I can't wait to hear all about how your Easter break was. But right now it's time for math. Today in math we're talking about fractions. And I'm here to do your lesson with you. So before you begin, you'll need your lesson worksheet 83, this page. And you'll need some crayons and some little objects. If you want, you can get some little objects that are either like tiny, like maybe jelly beans. If you got jelly beans or M&Ms or Skittles for Easter, you can use those. They need to be the colors red, yellow, and blue. So if you want to get those right now, you can get those before we get started. So here, fractions, so far we've talked with fractions about fractional parts in a shape. So for example, if I have this circle divided into 4 equal parts and one part is shaded, then you say 1 out of 4 total parts is shaded, so 1/4. The number on top is the number of parts, so that's 1 part shaded. The number on bottom is the total parts it's split into. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 total parts. 1 shaded out of 4 total parts. So you could do that with any type of thing. It's like, for example, with how many children are in our class. What if we wanted to do fractions for how many boys are in first grade? How many boys are in our class? 7 boys. Now, 7 out of how many total children are in our class? 17 total children are in first grade. So 7 out of 17 children in first grade are boys. What if you want to talk about girls? How many girls are in our class? 10 girls. 10 out of how many total children in first grade? 17. So 10 out of 17 children in first grade are girls. So these are the fractions for out of 17 total parts, 7 out of 17 are boys, and 10 out of 17 are girls. So you'd say 7/17 and 10/17. Fractions. So right now I'm going to redirect your attention to our lesson worksheet. Put the cap on my marker. So you'll need your pencil and write your name and date on the top. And here, let's take a look. We have R equals red, Y equals yellow, B equals blue. In this first box, we have a little square with an R and a little square with a Y. So if you've got some things to use as props, I have some jelly beans. And I don't have any blue jelly beans, so I'm going to use blue Unicubes. So I'm going to need 1 R and 1 Y. So 1 R, 1 Y. 1 red, 1 yellow. Good. So now, what fractional part is each color? How many red pieces do we have? 1 red piece. So at the very top in this section, I'm going to write 1. 1 out of how many total jelly beans are there? If you didn't have a shape, you could say how many total squares are there? 1, 2. So 1 out of 2 jelly beans are red. Our fraction is 1/2 of the jelly beans are red. Now how many are yellow? 1 out of how many total jelly beans? 1, 2. Same thing. So 1/2 of the jelly beans are red, and 1/2 of the jelly beans are yellow. 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2. Good. We're ready for number 2. We have R, Y, and B. So we can move this R down to here, our Y down to here, and I'm going to add a B in there. Pretend that's a jelly bean. Now we can do fractions for what fractional parts are these colors now. How many red do we have? 1 out of how many are red? How many total parts do we have now? Remember, fraction is the number So this would be the color red, number of parts that are red out of how many total parts. So how many total jelly beans? 1, 2, 3. 1 out of 3 beans is red. 1/3. Good. Now we have yellow. We have 1 that's yellow. 1 out of, how many total beans are there? Same as this, 1, 2, 3. Our total number is going to be the same because we're talking about the same group. 1 out of 3 beans is red. 1 out of 3 beans is yellow. What about blue? How many? 1 out of 1, 2, 3, same thing. 1 out of 3 beans is blue. 1/3 of each color. Good. Let's hop down to number 3. R, B, Y, Y. R, B, Y, and I need another yellow. Y. Our fraction is going to be different now. How many do you see that are red? 1 red out of how many total red? How many total beans? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 out of 4 beans is red. How many are yellow? 1, 2 beans out of how many total? It's the same total as here. There's still 4 total beans. So 2 out of 4 beans is yellow, or 2/4. And then how many is blue? 1. Out of how many total? We still have 4 total beans. 1 out of 4, or 1/4 of the beans are blue. Good. Let's try the next one. R, R, B, Y, Y. So our Y's can travel down to here. Or B, R, need one more R. There we go. So what fractional part is each color? We have how many red? 1, 2. 2 out of how many total beans? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 out of 5 beans is red, 2/5. How many are yellow? 1, 2. 2 out of how many total? Still 5. 2 out of 5 are yellow, 2/5. And how many are blue? Just 1. 1 out of 5 parts is blue. You starting to get it? So the bottom is still the total amount of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each of those just tells you how many of that color. And our last one on the front side, R, R, R. So we have red, red. I have to use an orange because I don't have another red. Then we have a blue and a yellow, yellow. So how many are red? 1, 2, 3 red. 3 out of, and how many total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 out of 6 are red, 3/6. How many are yellow? 1, 2. 2 out of how many total parts? 6. And how many blue? Just 1 blue. 1 out of 6 beans are blue. The 6 is the total. It stays the same on these fractions, but there's only 1 out of 6 blue, 2 out of 6 yellow, 3 out of 6 red. Good. Now we're going to flip, oops, dropped the jelly bean. Now we're going to flip to the back side. Here you're going to be drawing. So it gives you the fraction. We have to draw the shapes. Number 6 says draw 2 hearts. So in this space you'll draw 1, 2. Good. Make 1 out of 2, or 1/2 of the hearts, red. So this is when you need your crayons. Make 1 out of 2, so that's 1 of the 2 of your hearts red. make 1 out of 2 of the hearts blue. So 1/2 or 1 out of 2 blue. So that's 1 out of 2. So now we have 1 out of 2 is red, 1 out of 2 is blue. 1/2 is red, 1/2 is blue. Good. Number 7. Draw 3 stars. If you have trouble making a star, you can just do a triangle. It's close to a star. You don't have to do, you could just do a regular one like this if you want. 1, 2, 3. Again, don't worry about the shapes. Try your best. Make 1 out of 3 of the star is yellow. So 1 out of 3 or 1/3 of the star is yellow. So we only color the part on the top. 1. Out of these 3, color 1 of them yellow. Make 2 out of 3 of the stars blue. So 2 parts out of all 3, 2 of them are blue. 2/3. 1, 2. So we have 2 out of 3 are blue, 2/3 blue, 1/3 yellow. Remember, the 1 tells you 1 star yellow. 2 tells you 2 stars blue. The 3 is just the total amount of stars that there are. Number 8, draw 4 flowers. So you can draw your flowers however you like. I'm going to draw a circle. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4. Now we have our flowers. Make 1 out of 4 or 1/4 of the flowers red. So that number on top tells you how many are going to be red. 1 red. Make 1 out of 4 or 1/4 of the flowers blue. So you're just coloring 1 of them blue. And make 2 out of 4 or 2/4 yellow. So that 2 on top tells you how many parts will be yellow. The last 2 yellow. So the 4 on the bottom of each of those fractions tells you how many total flowers. The top is telling you how many of each are that color. And number 9, draw 5 markers. Make 3 out of 5 of the markers blue. So the 3 tells you out of those 5, make 3 of them blue. Make 2 out of 5 or 2/5 of the markers yellow. So out of those 5 markers, make 2 of them yellow. 1, 2. Good. Now the bottom. Draw your 12 color tiles. So we're going to draw 12 tiles. My advice for you, either draw 12 smaller tiles in a line, or you could do 2 rows of 6, whichever you want. I'm going to do 1,